Hey,
Hey guys,
hello. We
we
are
are
live.
live.
We are live. And it says a big fat zero people are watching.
Oh,
Well,
well,
you know,
no, we
I,
got
I
four
never,
people, girl. Get out of town.
I know I'm popular, but I'm not YouTube popular. So, oh, wait, it says four now. Hey,
Yeah,
hi,
you got to give it a
people.
minute.
All right. I have the appropriate size coaster. I am a coaster freak. I think like people should respect wood or, any kind of surface. And if you're going to drink a liquid, that could either have a wet bottom or sweat. Hi, Debbie. She's putting away. You should put a coaster or even a piece of paper or anything down
Right.
because, I've ruined nice things by getting.
I hear you.
Anyway, let's go down the row. Let's see who's here. So I see Scarlett said hi first. Then
Hey, Scarlett.
Ashley. Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Ashley.
Ashley, Scarlett. Then I see Teresa. Yarn
Teresa.
again. And No Money GG. How
Hey,
you doing?
G. You finished with the house, G?
Ugh, it'll never finish like that fast.
You never finish.
And then I mean, like, I don't even know if I'm finished here, and I'm already moving.
Right. Hey, Ann. Little Debbie.
Debbie, she's shipping, so she'll be in the chat.
Okay.
It's done. Okay. So I'm back in Jersey, and I was in PA,
Well, I
and
told them I didn't know where we were going to be. Which
you know,
doghouse? What we're going to be in the Jersey doghouse or the
I
PA doghouse?
I know that. I mean, like, I have a feel like this is weird, but we're like trying to coordinate. You could throw out the garbage there. You could throw out the garbage here, and
The important things in life,
the
right?
important thing. So we try to be here. And then I saw a sign on my tree. They were supposed to take my tree's like leaning a little bit, and it's the other way. It looks like it's leaning that way, but some of the limbs were dying off, and it pushed the sidewalk way up. And we're responsible for it to be level. And I told Tony, you're going to have to fix it. The town said they would, but they never did. And then last night he saw a sign only on the street side saying, don't park here. And it was supposed to be yesterday and today because they were going to take the tree down. But they told me they were just going to take down a couple of limbs. Anyway, I just want the sidewalk even. I don't care if they take the tree down or not. But they said they're not responsible to fix the sidewalk when it's their tree that
Mm-hmm.
made my sidewalk go wonky. I feel no matter what that if they put the sidewalk in and it's their tree that ruined it, they should fix it. That's what I think. You would think for paying nearly $10,000 a year in taxes that they could do it.
Yeah, you would
But
think.
you would think. Anyway,
But I
here we
guess
are.
they think differently.
I'm out of the beautiful farmland. I met so far I've met 3 Amish families, and I have not met any English not Amish people yet. That's funny to me. They wave sometimes, the people that live near me, but they've never like really stopped and said hello.
Yeah.
One guy did when we were like closing, but I haven't seen him again. Anyway, so how are you? You have
I'm
news?
good. I've been
You have
fighting
news?
a migraine for 3 days, so
Or have you
I
told
feel
me?
like I feel like I'm in a migraine hangover. Like it's fuzzy, like that aura. I have that aura, which means it's not over.
Hi,
Hey,
Dad.
Dad.
He said he wanted to say hey and bay. Bye. Hey and bay.
Well, hi and bye,
Hi
Dads.
and bye, small fry. If they say hi. Did you used to say that back in the day? Hi, bye, small fry. Dads,
No,
you're so handy to be able to sew. I'm jealous. Anyway, I hope you're making some nice things. What did he say? He's far from finished. He's putting together the workbenches and the tools and the boxes. Yeah, it's like hard. Red Road. Hi,
Hey,
Red Road.
Lena. How are you?
We're getting a raid.
A raid from Johnny.
That's nice. Wow.
How's it going, Lena?
I'm calling her Red Road.
I'm
I
doing
call
this-
people by their YouTube names usually.
Hey, Maria.
Maria, how are you? She just met. Did you ever see the West Side Story, the movie? They did a remake. It was a play.
I don't remember really.
They just did the remake, and I like it. I mean, you know, it's a little dated, but it's fun. The songs are fun.
Teresa said no.
No, what? To seeing.
I don't know. Did you not see it? I don't know. What's no, Teresa?
See, people answer my questions in the chat, and then we get the answers 5 minutes. It's like you must
let me put,
no,
let
I
me
didn't
put
see it.
my chat in live chat and not top chat.
Oh, what do I have it in? Let's see. Anyway, things aren't easy here. I see our mouths moving on the phone, and even when you're quiet now, so I'll just take my chances that I'm in top chat or whatever you get. You would think it's a default, like to be able to see everybody's comment, and you should have to be able to shut off.
All right, YouTube do better.
Yeah,
That's
YouTube. Anyway.
You notice I took all my giraffes down.
Aw.
I put them in my office so that I wouldn't lose them.
It's a good thing. I feel like I should
let me show you my new one I got.
Oh, pretty fancy. Ooh. It's a fancy.
It was a gift from Mark and Mike.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
It's nice. You know, there's just so many. I mean, like my mom was a giraffe collector. So it was nice when I met you. And it's interesting, like your mom likes the elephants. My grandmother liked elephants.
Really?
Yeah. So
my mom and I went to an estate sale, and the wife collected giraffes and the husband collected elephants. It was funny.
It's kind of weird. So I had elephants from, when my grandma passed, and I had giraffes from my mommy. But although most of I'll say like probably a good 95% of the giraffes she had I bought for her, because you do when you find out somebody likes something. Like people found out I liked cows, and everything I got for the next 5 years was cows.
I know. Yeah, you tell somebody you're collecting something, and then it's like, ooh.
And I wanted to say, well, for some reason they started offering a lot of cows everywhere, and I'm like, I like the cows that look like cows. So the ones that kind of look really
right.
Anyway,
right.
I mean, I'm fussy. I like to pick out my own crap.
I hear you.
Sometimes, not all the time. I enjoy, golden retriever stuff. I enjoy it. But if I was getting a puppy, I'd want to pick it out for sure. I literally, like, when I went to go pick up the puppy that I saw on the internet, I said, "Oh, his head is funny," and I wanted his brother, so I really wanted the girl one, but they only had one girl and she was taken. Someone put a down payment on her.
Garrett had picked out Bella, and he picked the bad one.
Oh no,
she's a hot mouse.
Norton, for some reason, is better behaved in Pennsylvania. Isn't it weird? I didn't
say no more giraffes, Teresa. I just said I picked them up so they wouldn't get lost in the move. There's always going to be giraffes.
Always going to be giraffes.
I've been finding stuff, and I go, "Oh, that'll look good in my new office."
See, I love koala bears, but
I know I have, I think, 1 or 2 in your box. That's in my storage. Garrett goes, as if we don't have enough with our stuff in storage. We got Suzy's stuff.
I'm rolling my eyes. I still have
it.
I had a box I had packed for you that I just never sent, and now I don't know what to do with it. And I don't.
Stephanie? Yeah, I know.
I don't really want to move it to Pennsylvania to send to you. I'd rather just send it to you now, but I don't know. And then I said I was making another box for somebody else in the audience, and I don't even know where I put it. And then she's like, well, it's the thought that counts. And I'm like thinking, but I don't want to throw away. I mean, I'm not a throwawayer, but.
Right. Me either. Ashley, I don't know. So they had told us 2 weeks. And then now we're waiting on a soil sample. So the gas company came out and marked where the lines are. And then the surveyor came out yesterday. And I think they did the soil samples because they have to know how deep to put the pilings in. So, so we're gonna have everything ready to move. Like everything's gonna be out except extreme necessities. And then that way, if he says I'm coming tomorrow, then we'll be out by tomorrow. You know.
I made a couple people moderators, so if they could just say,
"Oh,
thumbs
I know
up,"
Lena,
put
Stephanie,
an emoji in the chat or something so I could see.
Yeah. If y'all wanna make a comment so she can see Maria, Lena, and
Who else?
Stephanie, the Groves Bargain Emporium.
Did I do Red Road? I do her now. I'm assuming people are hers sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if it's Red Road, I'll quote Red Road, not knowing the name.
That's Lena.
Lena.
All right. Maria is.
Maria and Stephanie are.
Yes.
But I don't know if Lena's still here.
Yes.
Oh. I'm saying so. So I have this beautiful view from the side of my house, and
she does. I saw it.
I met the property owner of like the pasture with the sheep and the ponies, and the woman of the couple, I met her at a farmer's market. I met him tending the sheep. So I told you, she said, "Oh, we're thinking of using that land for our retirement home."
Where the sheep are?
Yeah. And I said to Tony, "They're going to ruin our view." And he goes,
"Come on. But do you think it's going to be that big of a house?"
She has like 30. No, I was going to say, do you know the first, I didn't ask too many questions. She was with her 2 daughters at the farmer's market, and I think I saw 2 sons on the sheep field. But what I'm saying is, no matter how big the houses are for the Amish people, they usually build them big and then they need a stable. So no matter what, now the property's on a hill and then the bottom part is wet. Like there's definitely water going through it. They can't really, it would be poorly advised to make your house on a stream, even if it's just a like heavy rain stream, it's just not a good spot.
Right.
So they would have to kind of build it up. I don't know. I don't know. I can't worry about that now, but I'm worrying about it. Because I'm thinking, I just please don't build apartment buildings. That's all I'm going to say. It would really make me sad. She goes, "Oh no, it would never be more than a regular house." But they built 2-story houses. And some of the newer houses that they put up are fantastic looking. I mean, like they look really, except for the fact that they don't have electricity, they look really great. I don't know. Like they do all this canning, and I would love to be able to go visit one of their houses just to see what it's like, or even to see them can or something. It would be nice. So when I went to this farmer's market, there was all of like 3 vendors and 4 tents, and I went to the bakery lady first because I love sweets, and let's just face facts. If I had my druthers, I would rather eat dessert than dinner. So I'm looking, and she had sour cherry pie, and I'm like, "Ooh." I go, "Are these local cherries?" And she said, "Yup." And I'm like, "Well, that's for me." And then I said, "Are you Ezra's wife?" And she said, "No, it's that woman." And I go, "Okay." So I figured I'd go visit her after the fact. So she's like, so she had all these whoopie pies out. And I said, I had my first whoopie pie 2 weeks ago. She goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she said, "Have you ever heard of them?" And I go, "Well, I'm not from here. I just moved here." She's like, "Okay, so where you living?" And I said, "Out by Siglerville." And I told her the name of the street, and her eyes got really big. And then she said, "Are you the one from New York?"
So they were talking about you, girl.
Yeah, they don't have phones and texting, but they were all gossiping about me. And I said, "Yep, that's me." And then I went and said hi to the woman who, and I'm like,
She's gonna be watching you because you know her husband.
Because it's like funny, when we went to the first baker lady, and they have the same name as the people who own the sheep field, he her husband came in the bakery, and she goes, "Oh, these are the people I was talking about." So yeah, they're gossiping, and I'm thinking to gossip is kind of hard. They have to take buggies and horses. So I mean, I keep seeing them going back. I didn't think it was just to gossip.
Mhm. Well,
Anyway, Tony's like, like they set up their fruit stand, and they can gossip, right? Or maybe after church they gossip a little bit, but because they were saying, oh, we think somebody Mennonite bought the house because they saw Tony in the yard, and he's got that beard.
I told you he looked Amish a little bit.
So that's funny. And I was laughing. He goes, they must have just thought because of the beard I was like Mennonite. From far away, they couldn't see it. Didn't have. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I think some of the Mennonites dress more modern.
Uh-huh.
I actually try to be like really covered up around them, but whatever. I mean, we're not, and we don't belong to any kind of religious grouping at this point. And I doubt, I didn't see one Catholic church in the whole area.
Really?
I saw Methodists and Lutherans and, oh my gosh, Presbyterians.
Is the closest to Catholic
Lutherans are,
or is Episcopalians? I can't remember.
Lutherans are, I think that they were started by the Church of England. It's kind of like we were asking the history of the actual church, and there's like a very, very old Lutheran church in New Jersey. And we said, what's the history of this, of the church? And we wanted to know when the actual church building was built. And she starts talking about, well, in 1692, Martin Luther, whatever. She started giving us like I don't know who the person was, like the whole history of the religion. And I'm like, Tony's pinching me. Like, do we have to sit through an entire history lesson on Lutherans?
I'm going to shut up, Suzy. Doesn't he know who he married?
Like, I just wanted to know. Oh, the church was built in 1675 and it burnt down.
Right.
1778, and we rebuilt it. I just wanted to know. Oh, but we had like 5 panes of the original glass. They usually like to say things like that. Anyway, he said it's like, I used to go to the Lutheran church with my friend every Sunday. I'm not every Sunday, but a lot of Sundays. Like, my mother wasn't Lutheran. And he said, oh, and you picked an exciting church. And I'm like, I used to go to Catholic churches too. And then we had to stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit.
Good exercise, girl.
My friend said, it's the Catholic aerobics. Just go with it. Yeah. This is how we get our exercise. And it was funny.
They just want to make sure you don't fall asleep.
And I had a Protestant friend, and then she just said, oh, those Catholics with all of their saints. And and I'm like, and I'm thinking, you're Italian and you're a Protestant. It almost doesn't fit. I mean, isn't all of Italy mostly like,
right?
Isn't that the sea?
Yeah.
Anyway, hi, Angie. It's funny. So.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, anyway, it's just fun. I love the Episcopalian church in my neighborhood because it was like a big stone church. I'm a sucker for stone buildings, so I'll go in. And I went I'll go during like holidays. And like, people are like, you visited churches as a kid? I go, yeah, I did. I mean, like, when I go on vacations and I see a huge cathedral, I'll like wonder if I can go in and check it out. They're usually beautiful and peaceful. I went to the one. Did you ever hear of Saint Anne de Beaupré in French Canada, in Quebec? Mm-hmm. They have like pillars in this cathedral, and they're all lined with like crutches, and there's wheelchairs around it and walkers. It's like people go there, pray to Saint Anne, and get healed. And anyway, it's just a famous church for healing, and nice. It was fascinating. Anyway, I find it fascinating. And then they had a church at the top of the mountain, and then they had the stages, like you had what do they call it? Is it stages of the cross or the I don't know. Like there were things like you
Mhm.
visited. You
Yeah,
said
the
you're like
stations across.
stations of the cross. Yeah, it was going all the way up a mountain, and
Oh
we
wow.
did that one too. I'm so not really religious. I just like the architecture. What can I say? Anyway, I like history. I like architecture. I find it fascinating that people, basically they're, people are praying. So it, it's it seems pretty similar if you're looking at it from really far away. But the people
Hmm.
that are there think like there's the one, and the only
Yeah.
one. But they're all pretty similar in a way because it's basically a common good. That's
Hmm.
it's rules. The rules are to make you a good person in a way. Hopefully you are anyway. I probably offended like 10 different people and they're going click click. I don't want to listen to this lady, but
Okay.
but it's interesting. Where I used to live in the Bronx, there was a Buddhist temple. I really wanted to go into that, but they were like monks in long. They almost wore like long. I almost want to say dresses. They weren't dresses. They were like shrouds or whatever they call it. And they used to shave their heads, and they would pray almost all day long. It wasn't really like the kind of thing like that was open to the public.
Hmm.
But me wanted to check it out because my friend called me a pilgrim. He said he goes, "You travel just to see different."
Hey.
And I'm like, I don't know. Considering I when I was really like tired in Scotland, I would duck into a church and sit for a while. Nice. They were beautiful,
Oh
old,
yeah.
old, like arched
Hmm.
architecture, beautiful things to see. Anyway, that's me. That's what I like. And I love stained glass windows. So if you have a church with a lot of stain, I'm going to be looking at it. We were driving by one yesterday, and Tony's like, "The steeple's falling off." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It's gonna fall off. They gotta fix it."
Oh, thank you, Maria.
It's your fur baby, Precious. Her name's Precious, and she's precious.
It's
She
nap
looks
time.
she looks tired.
She is
Really,
tired. When you bark at everybody all the time, you get tired.
I suppose. Roxy is very good at herding Norton away from me, and especially in the car. Like she blocks him, and then when he tries to get around or over, she stands up and pushes him back in the corner.
Now, when Bella wants to go out, she'll herd me to the door. Like she keeps nosing me, or she'll start wiping her eye boogers on me. I'm like, really, dog?
Norton will take my arm and flip it off the chair, and,
Uh,
and then he points to the door with his nose. If he points to any door, like in Pennsylvania, I know because he associates any door with leaving.
uh-huh.
Maybe it's got to go.
He'll get it.
I'll let
Once
it go.
y'all
And
settle.
then, when we leave from here, the doorknob is on the right side, and in Pennsylvania, it's on the left. So he keeps not like nosing the right side of the door.
Confusing.
I'm like, yeah, doesn't. It's confusing to me too. So the whole house is set up the opposite way that my house is set.
Uh-huh.
I can't get used to it.
You will. You will.
Well,
We're supposed to have rain the next 4 days, like a lot of rain, a lot of tropical moisture. So I don't know how much we're going to be moving. And then my kids are coming over for my birthday, and it's like
which birthday?
Tuesday,
It's Tuesday.
I
Oh
think.
my God,
Third,
I don't forget.
whenever that is.
Oh Lord,
You see how excited I am, right?
help me to remember.
I have an appointment. I have a doctor's appointment, and my husband has a doctor's appointment the same day. So I might get lunch. I don't know.
And I spent my birthday in the hospital, and you're spending yours at doctor appointments. This is
Yeah,
what we do. Our old
he has to
fart.
have a cystoscope, and then I have to go for my neuro follow up.
Oh, I'm sorry on your. I'm sorry, Dawn.
I know.
Well,
My husband is in trouble. That's all I could say.
oh, I thought we were having rain supposedly 3 days in a row, and I thought by tomorrow afternoon it was kaput, done. I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh,
Well, we got our dining room chairs, which are like I have the high table, so it's like bar chairs, and we got those brought in. But now I don't know how we're going to get the table there. Gary said he was going to take it apart and bring it with all the rain, unless we bring it between raindrops. I don't know.
well, I don't know if you have a moving blanket, but like if you have a tarp, it's kind of helpful too. I
Yeah,
don't.
we have tarps. It's I just hate to mess up.
Yeah, look, it's a lot easier to move anything when it's not raining. And I ordered things to be delivered. I thought maybe we would be in Pennsylvania on Friday, which is tomorrow, I guess, and I looks like we're not gonna be there. So
Uh-huh.
I said to him, "The packages are gonna get wet," and he said it was a shower caddy. He's like, "It's supposed to get wet anyway," so it'll probably.
Thank you, Maria. Oh God.
Yeah, well, I'm wishing you a happy birthday now too,
Uh,
because I hope it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. I would hate to miss your birthday. I could
well,
a birthday
my,
gift,
my
then you
son
have.
asked me what kind of cake I wanted, so
Oh,
I told
and
him a chantilly cake. Y'all have those there?
okay, you
It's
told me about Chantilly, and I know that Whole Foods has it, but I haven't seen it any other place. So
yeah. Well, there's a local grocery store here, which is like a Whole Foods for poor people. I don't know. No, it's, it's a higher class thing, but it's not on the level of Whole Foods as far as prices and stuff goes. And so I told him, go get me a chantilly from there. So,
that's sweet.
but I'm still gonna have to make like a plain little sheet cake or something for everybody else because they don't eat it. Like Joe and Tia and the kids eat it, but
And
my
then
kids,
you said I'm gonna have to make it. So
yeah,
we I'm gonna say like the Amish people's baked goods they taste not the same way like yours and my like. I mean, your taste bud might lean a little different than mine too, but I don't know what I'm used to. But I feel like it needs like another pinch of salt. Everything tastes a touch bland, like it could taste elevated. And then
hmm
Tony's like, you could put salt on your. And I'm like, I'm not putting salt on my pie crust. Sorry, it's not gonna. It should have been added ahead of time. But they're not gonna change their ways to me. We tried Amish potato salad. It was pretty sweet. I don't know. It was weird. I enjoyed. They have whoopie pies which look like discs of cake, like chocolate cake, dark chocolate cake, like devil's food, and the inside is kind of icing ish, but they had
right.
one with peanut butter, man. Oh
Uh
wow,
huh. Oh,
that was
nice.
good.
Hey, Jessica.
Hi Jessica, and I like the sour cherry pie, and I like the fresh bread. That was good.
Right. Oh, Anne says she likes those cakes.
The
They are
whoopie
good.
pies or the
The
chantilly.
chantilly.
I want to
Yeah.
try it, but
It's really good. It's kind of a whipped icing, and it has fresh fruit in between the layers. But it's like I don't know if you've ever had like an Italian cream cake. Kind of that texture of the cake. I don't know.
is it
Maybe
sponge?
sort of like a sponge, but not.
I didn't think that the Whole Foods ones looked. They had slices, supposed slices of it,
Yeah.
but it was just a sheet cake with some berries on it. And I said, I don't want to pay. Like,
Oh no, this is like a
no, I know their
layer.
cakes are. They have
Yeah.
like the small one and the larger one. But if you just want to taste it, they had a
Yeah.
tasting.
But,
But it
yeah.
just seemed not the same. I just
Right.
want it yummy yum.
The last time I looked at Whole Foods, it was like $35 for 8-inch cake.
Yeah, we went for my birthday, and Tony's like, "I'm gonna get that cake you keep talking about," and I'm like, "Okay." And when we saw the price of it, I said, "I don't know. I don't know if I want to." Okay, it was right after I was in the hospital, and I had gastritis. No, I didn't have gastritis. I had diverticulitis,
Mm-hmm.
like an attack, and I said, "I don't think I can have more than a couple spoons of that without getting sick." So, okay, okay, Maria,
All right.
great day.
Bye bye. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, we just didn't get it, and
She
we
was
didn't
an
even get the
appointment
slide.
with the lawnmower.
I don't know what we ended up getting. It's a possibility we got nothing. Yeah, have a good day with the lawnmower. Huh?
Ugh, it's so hot here. You can't
When
even.
when I told my sister-in-law, like, most people at our age get a condo and they take care of your lawn for you, and we ended up getting that like 3-acre plot of land.
Oh, have a good date, Teresa.
Have fun. Coffee run. That's
Yeah.
good.
I tease her. They go on a date when they go to the post office and get a coffee.
Look, I'll take my dates where I can get them. When I had that baby,
Awesome. Garrett and I usually go to the grocery store and we tell the kids that's our date, so nobody has to come.
oh well, I guess I have a date coming up. It's
Nope, there you go.
here. We're going to the supermarket. So I asked my husband, "What's your schedule today?" He goes, "Well, at 9 o'clock, I'm having tea." I'm like, "Shut up!" I go,
Don't ever say that man doesn't have a sense of humor.
because I'll say to him, "You want to go to the supermarket?" He goes, "More than anything."
Oh God.
Oh man, it was hard to break him down and get me to like go to the store with him. He was like, he was just really, he would like run, and he ends up
Wait,
like,
you saying somebody else was running in the store? Garrett's still shaking his head about you shopping.
me? Oh,
Yeah.
my
She would
husband.
run, and then she'd come back, and she goes, "Oh wait," and she go, "I'm gonna go check there," and she'd run, and she'd come back.
I'm more fit than my husband runs. He runs so fast, and I said, "Leave me with the cart so I have something to lean on." I'm walking slow. We walked to the ponies yesterday. By the time we got back to the house, I was out of breath. And I go, "It's a long walk." He's like, "Yeah, it's a really long walk." I mean, it's like 2 football fields, I think. I don't know. It's far. That's why that's why the sheep look so small in the photographs. Bye, Jessica.
Bye, Jessica. Oh wow.
Oh boy.
Gotta get them addresses right, G.
Oh, it's so hard. Oh, Tony ordered shingles for this house. And he goes, they got to New Jersey and then they somehow took off, ended up in Indiana. They went to the Navajo Nation. They went to Oklahoma. Then they went to Arizona. And then they got delivered, they said, to somebody in Phoenix. And I'm like, what?
That's weird.
So these
they had a surprise.
They had they saw more of the country than I did in my life. I mean, they were all over the place. And then he called up and he said, "Well, what's going to happen?" And he's so easygoing because the lady said, I'll talk to UPS and do like a, what do they call it when you put in a claim?" And I said, I wouldn't have stopped there. I would have said, "You can claim all you want. I ordered tiles. I need them for construction. Give me my money back. Order me some new ones." That's what I would have said.
Right.
Oh my gosh. It was terrible. I mean, like, we were looking at when anybody sees, like, where those tiles, and they're very fragile. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they were all broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, can you imagine them leaving it? You're, like, living in Arizona in some condo, and, like, somebody delivers, like, a pallet of, like, house tiles to you. I mean, exterior tiles. It's crazy.
I guess.
Oh, my. That was not funny, but not funny. It was crazy. Well, Home Depot is usually better about things. I would go to the store right now and like show the manager. I said, "I don't care how you guys get your money back, but I need those. I need them." Like the whole reason why we came here was because we thought they were supposed to be delivered like this week on Tuesday or something, or Wednesday. Yeah, anyway.
So somebody else got them.
Okay, so I'm shopping in Amazon, and they have things available supposedly for sale. I put one in my cart and said we can't deliver to your address. So then I put Pennsylvania. I thought I'll put New Jersey and Pennsylvania. No, can't deliver. And I'm like, why offer it to me?
If you can't deliver, right?
I think that I don't know if they get bootleg stuff from China and they didn't want to pay the tariffs. It's like other people had the same issue. So I don't know if you ever shop on Amazon. Be careful. Maybe I think that they once were selling the dog flea and tick collars, but they were coming from Poland or someplace. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, people are saying watch out, like, because if you have some things don't include their like prime customer service thing, and like if it comes with like let's say you order like a microwave cart and it doesn't have something's missing, like you're screwed. They'll never get it right.
Yeah, I only order. Of course, Shawn Michael informs me I have to make his order, his Kewpie mayo and his Baldock noodles, cheesy, spicy ramen.
Are they from Japan or someplace?
I don't know where the hell they're from, but I bought them at Burlington Coat Factory. It's like kind of like a TJ Maxx. They get stuff.
I know.
But he loved them, but then you can't buy them once they're gone. So I found them on Amazon. So now he goes, Mom, I get paid. Can you order my noodles?
Well, you have to explain to him that it was probably discontinued, and that's why they were.
Well, so I order them on Amazon now.
And they're going to run out too if they're discontinued. But
I think stores close out and they send them to like TJ Maxx and stuff like that.
All right.
So I don't know where they're coming from, but he gets them every month. The little things in life, I guess.
Well, I enjoy a good. I love red licorice strings, like the shoelaces, and I love the like the little wheels. I love that stuff. Love it. And then we went to that fair that was in Pennsylvania, and there was a place called the Candy Kingdom, and I said, well, "That's my kind of kingdom. I'd like to. I'd like to be queen of that kingdom." Anyway, we walked through. And I saw these things I wanted, and I was holding them, saying, "I really want this," but I didn't get it, and I left. And then I haven't stopped thinking about the laces and the wheels. I can't. It's like I'm a.
Oh, that would be the last thing I would buy.
Well, in that particular place, it might not have. They had some old fashioned candy that I hadn't seen in a while, like Mary Jane's, but.
Oh my God, that is Garrett's favorite. You can't buy them.
Well, they had a lot, but they were instead of, how they used to come rectangular. They were like long, like double Tootsie Roll size, kind of. And I'm like, that's really weird.
Is that me or you? I'll have to get him. Sometimes I'll buy him the bitter honey because that's the closest to Mary Jane's I could find.
Oh yeah, if I had known, I'll look around. Maybe they have them in Pennsylvania. They didn't have them in New Jersey. I'll tell you that much. If you have a store, see, you're frozen, I feel, at this point. And I don't even know if you can hear me. But if they have a store that has old-fashioned candy, it might be in that now. Because they're remaking them.
But Cracker Barrel carries a lot of the old stick candies and things like that. Sometimes I'll find them.
Pinky shaped, if you know what I mean. Like long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, if it tastes the same.
Oh, you know what's good too? Those long boys, those little coconut ones, the old-fashioned coconut candy. They call them long boys, and they're about this big, about the size of your little finger.
Never heard of it, never seen it. I've seen it had Zagnut, which is coconut. Yeah, I had to ask Tony. I go, what kind of candy is that? Because you never had that candy. I go, no, I never had that candy. And yeah, when we were kids, my mom might have given us like a quarter if we were going to movies, and she'd say, well, stop on the corner store and put some candy for a quarter. Pick out some candy. It's like Walton's Mountain. I'm like Walton Mountain old. Okay, never saw it, but that was the basic shape.
They're long boys. They're coconut chewy caramel.
Okay.
I think you can buy Mary Jane's on Amazon in bulk.
Oh, really? See, sadly, my friend Al's father, it was his favorite candy. And when he was turning, I don't know, it was 85, 80, or maybe even 90, I wanted to give him some of his favorite candy. And it's sad we couldn't find it anywhere. So we also knew he liked Andes candies, like those mints. So
Uh-huh.
we got him some of that. And I feel like it's sad. He passed away during COVID time. So anyway, it's funny what you remember about people. I
I
remember,
know, right?
you know, I'm sure he was known for a lot of other things, but I remember him for like Mary Jane. He was a sweet old guy.
Yeah.
He seemed
It's
pretty
hard to
fit.
find them though.
What?
I said it's hard to find them.
Yeah, it's hard to find a lot of things. I mean, okay, so I'm not really like in love with the idea of putting flea and tick stuff on my dogs. But since there's a world of bugs that I'm not used to out in Pennsylvania, I did it. I put
Uh-huh.
it, and now I'm like a little concerned. Like we walk up and down the road, and there's horse manure everywhere. I wonder if they could get something through their feet. What did I
Oh, I
ask?
don't know. I guess if they had like an open wound or something.
Because they say like when you have a puppy and they're not vaccinated for all their core vaccines, especially parvo, don't walk them in the street because if a car will run over an animal that has parvo, it like spreads it
Hmm.
all over the
Right.
road. So I'm like,
Right.
all these
I
things.
was watching the vet life yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and this dog, the owner brought this dog in, and it had these weird bite marks on the feet.
Oh.
And he said it's not a dog because a dog wouldn't attack the feet. Another dog would attack like the ears and the neck and face. It was a raccoon. And they said, good thing that the dog had their rabies shots because, you know, it said it wasn't 100% positive that it wouldn't get rabies, but, you know,
I I was watching a video yesterday on how to keep mice out of your house and or garage, and one person said that they leave the radio on and that keeps and I'm like thinking, I don't know if that would
mm-mm.
really supposedly raccoon this person lived in a raccoon area. They had grown a yard full of corn, and every night they played the radio in the middle of the cornfield, and it was fine. And the day before harvest they forgot to turn on the radio, and when they came back in the morning they said every ear of corn had bite marks on it, and
Wow.
some were completely eaten. It was like what did every raccoon in the whole like neighborhood and town come? It was crazy. And she said we didn't get one ear for ourselves.
Dang.
Sad. We finally just had corn this summer. He says there are acres and acres and acres of corn all around us. He goes, if I don't get corn, I'm going to be really upset. So when we took a walk, I'm looking at the like neighbor's corn. I go, they look kind of small. You know, I don't know. The Amish man, who was the farmer we were talking to, he said we plant like sometimes like we'll plant 1 month and then the next month and then the next month, so we have 3 harvests of them.
Right. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn. So
Yeah. Over here, it's like sugar cane is getting ready to be harvested, and it's like it's a pain because then after they harvest them, they burn the fields and you can't breathe. It's nasty.
you were mentioning that, and he said he goes, I don't find that it smells particularly bad. And I go, I can smell the animals when I get to when I get like 20 feet from the fence, I can kind of smell them. But it's not a gross smell. Like dog poo smells worse. If you
Right.
because they're eating oats and hay and grass. They don't.
Right.
Anyway, while I was talking to one of the horses yesterday, another one right next to me started pooping. And I go, thank you. That's
And they wanted to give you the full effect.
yeah, really. It's
Debbie wants to know what it smells like. Feed.
it smells a little, yeah, kind of like you could just. It smells like if you ever went to the 4-H fair and you walk into like the tent, it kind of has that barny smell, barn-ish kind of. But It's not. Oh, when I was, for some reason, when I was visiting Holland in the summer, I was hoping I'd get to see like tulips everywhere. No, no more tulips. But they were fertilizing with the cow manure, and that was pretty stinky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She goes, oh, she goes, I mean, ew.
you, well, it's a female sheep. Yeah, pretty
Mm.
gross. And they don't smell that bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in a barn, but they don't smell horrible. I can handle it. I noticed one day it was really, really hot, and I was walking around the truck, and I thought the tires kind of smelled like horse manure of all the things.
I wonder why.
I said, like, I think you ran over some poo. It's like you can't avoid it.
Right.
I never thought I'd.
But did y'all figure out if you have to pick up your dog poop since they don't have to pick up their horse poop?
Theoretically, I was reading a Reddit about that. Like, how come people have to pick up the dog crap when the horses can crap everywhere? And I don't know what my town ordinance is, but in some places it is, because they say that dogs eat meat and they feel like it's more disgusting, or maybe there's more bacteria in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
That
quite.
because the palm berries smell so horrible.
Well, it smells horrible.
Palm berries.
Oh, oh. Oh, you mean from palm trees? We don't have palm trees. But we do. There was some kind of like.
That is me freezing.
There was some sort of walnut. Oh, you know what we have? Oh, I'm alone. Are you coming back? Because I want to tell you. Do you eat the persimmons? Is she back? No, she's not back. I hope she comes back, because I found out that we have hazelnut trees, and she doesn't like hazelnuts anyway. But we have, they're called hazel trees. And I said, is that the hazel? Is it for witch hazel or hazelnut? And she's working on it. All right. So we have 2 hazel trees, and we're getting hazelnuts.
Oh, cool.
And you don't like hazelnuts, but yeah, it's kind of weird.
No,
and
I don't like them.
He picked up the shell of one, and he said, I don't think we're going to get to eat any of them. I don't think. Apparently the birds eat them.
Oh.
And probably, I saw one squirrel the whole time since I'm there. And he said that when I was mowing down the blueberry patch, or the rows of blueberries, he said some rabbits ran out. He goes, but they didn't look the same as New Jersey. And he goes, they looked odd.
So Pennsylvania rabbits look.
He said they looked
different.
they looked really weird. I wish I had seen them, man. I want to see what these like deformed rabbits look like.
You should have told him to take a picture.
Well, I think it was basically, he wasn't armed and ready with the camera. They like.
Well, how was his pictures of the sunflowers he took?
I don't know. He didn't show me. He's making a video.
Oh.
I think he's working on his winter one. Like, you know how he sends a video Christmas preview? I think it's the beginning of it. Oh, maybe it was a Jack. Probably. Look who's here. My.
Wait, I didn't see that. It was quick. Is it? Oh, Norton.
Norton.
I can only tell them apart when they're the white on her face.
Yes, here's my buddy. He's my buddy too. He's nice. If I'm like downstairs late, he waits till I'm going to bed to go to bed. Or, I just like that. I feel like he's taking care of me. Even though I feel like if somebody came in to kill me, he'd probably lick them.
I know.
But
Precious barks at me at night to go to bed.
My brother's dog used to stand by the stairs and stare at him. And then stare at him. Like, I go, why is your dog staring at you? He goes, because it's time for bed. And I'm like, oh, that's funny.
The dog is like, go home, Suzy.
Yeah, really. So my brother is supposedly coming up in on my anniversary week, like our anniversary is Tuesday, they're coming up that Thursday, and we're gonna so that's nice. And I wanted it to be a family reunion, because I don't get to see my cousins that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I know two of the people that usually go, they're moving to Maryland. So I don't know. Anyway, I asked my husband when we were leaving yesterday, so do you like it here? He goes, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing. You know, he's not much of a talker, so.
Yeah, I think he really likes it. I think it'll give him like a lot of stuff to do. He's already like in his head thinking, first he thinks like, can I make the house better doing something like, and then he thinks, he's like sitting around, he goes, I can add some wood beams in here if you want them. He goes, but I'd have to put like one beam down the middle and then run off that. And I'm like thinking, oh, that's going to look right in my head. Because the first house that I fell in love with, it had beams in the ceiling. Like, it's supposed to look like exposed beams in those older houses.
Mm-hmm.
But he said sometimes you can get actual barn wood, or you can get wood, or sometimes he said that they have styrofoam beams. He goes, I will never use a styrofoam beam. Don't even suggest it.
Sometimes you can't even tell, I guess, unless you're an architect like Tony.
I agree. I 100% agree. So you really can't. I mean, my neighbors' ones they didn't look authentic enough to look like, they didn't even try to look like hand hewn beams. Tony was building a house, and the guy who was running the construction end of it was like, he was taking his axe and he's like hacking into the edges of that beam, and he's like making it look really like old. And then the boss came by to the site and saw him. He goes, you just spent 3 days making it look like styrofoam. I'm like, but he knows it's not. But he must have done the same job that they would do. Scarlett's back.
Scarlett.
So if you want to do a meetup by me, I don't know when I'll be permanently living there yet, but remember she was saying about pitching a tent. There are there's some campsites near where I live, but what I found out since I've spoken to you is that my property is permanently wet in the middle of it, and like you walk through the grass, and if you don't have like those Croc kind of shoes or boots, you will get a wet foot. It's like they didn't tell us that. It was sort of a big secret until it was too late.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like, unless you're going to be like putting something on like a steep slope,
Right.
You're going to be, you can't avoid it.
Right. Hey, Joyce.
So one person could sleep like on, I don't know. I could have probably a cookout if I get a grill. Do you call it cookouts or barbecues?
Barbecue.
Okay, I have barbecue. I used to say barbecue. But some people, they don't call pizza slices. I forgot what they called it.
A wedge? I don't know.
It was, I don't know. A cut. She goes, I'll be back with your cut. And I'm like, oh, they call pizza slices.
So you get a cut of pizza.
Cut. I think it was a cut. It was just such a weird word that like I never would have thought. And Tony said he liked that pizza, and I said it tasted like bread with cheese and sauce on it. It didn't.
And that's what it's supposed to taste like.
Hi, Dad's Vintage Garage. Hello from Virginia.
Yes.
Well, I'm currently in New Jersey, moving to Pennsylvania. She's from Louisiana.
Louisiana, getting wet today.
So it's interesting. You drive like 200 miles, and it's like a whole new world. But when I moved to New Jersey, and I was basically, as the crow flies, 23 miles from part of New York City, not the good part, because it was Staten Island. And I mean that only because Staten Island is the forgotten borough. It's almost like living in New Jersey, if you live there.
Yeah.
But They had things like pork roll, or I forgot the other name for pork roll. That kind of ham. Oh Lord, I'm losing my mind. Never mind. But anyway, they had something called an Italian hot dog. So I said, "So that's a sausage sandwich, right?" She's like, "No." And I'm like, an Italian hot dog is a sausage. She's like, "No, we take onions, peppers, and potatoes, saute them, and throw them on top of the hot dog. And you either have it on hero bread or pizza bread." And I had never even heard of pizza
That don't sound good.
bread. It's good, but it's not like,
Right.
it's really a New Jersey thing.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. But I remember when they asked me if I
Hey,
wanted
Cheryl.
a pork roll. And I go, "Do you mean like is that like an egg roll with pork in it?" And she's like, "No.
It's like a,
It's that ham stuff."
yeah.
Anyway, hi Cheryl. Working flight line double today.
It's been a long time since I've seen you around, John.
I hope. Well, if you have the energy, I'd say it's probably a good thing. I don't know what a flight.
I am going to be.
What's a flight line?
A what?
He says working flight line. Double today. I don't know what flight line is.
Yeah,
But
we got.
sounds like a lot.
We're gonna have like 80% the next 3 days or so. It's supposed to be crappy.
Well, it looks like rain. We had very bad rain last night. Oh my gosh, the thunder was so loud. My poor Roxy was shaking.
Oh,
She was so I mean, but like one of them lasted. Like the rumble was like, it was like a triple rumble. It was really long, and I could tell like by the flash it was pretty cool because it was like it was bright and it was like all over the house. I'm probably.
I know they said we're supposed to have a lightning storm too.
I bet if I look out, one of the trees around here is gone. Anyway, it would have been convenient if it was the one in front of my house they were going to take away.
That would be me, Debbie.
Yeah, well, we're getting
For
ready.
the next 4 days or so. I think through the next weekend.
Well, I hope you don't have flooding. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope we don't have flooding. Please pray. Oh, a rampart at the airport. Ah. Okay. That sounds
That's
good.
cool.
It is cool.
I think that's what my uncle did.
I think that job sounds cool, except if you live in like Quebec and there was a blizzard and the guy was DI, they were out there and the guy who had to de-ice, the guy who had to like guide us. And then I was gonna say the sky waitress sat down next to me and she's like, "You're in the emergency lane. We're gonna take off anyway, even though they had to de-ice twice." And she goes, "But I need to know that you can handle the emergency door." And I'm like, "Why are you doing this? Just for me?" It made me freaked out. She's like, "You can't push that door out. You have to bring it into the plane." And I was like, "I'm pushing that thing out."
So did you stay there?
I stayed there. I had nobody around me. But anybody who was smart would have got off the plane and not taken it. It was insane. It was a blizzard. And I'm the only stupid ass that probably goes from like New York to, French Canada in the snow. Because back then we weren't getting any snow here. Right. And I wanted to see snow.
I don't like flying on a good day, so.
Back when I was young and I had hormones, I could like fight off the cold with like 2 down coats. Now it's like, no.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
It probably sucks.
He said when it rains, it sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's no fun. Ooh. So I asked my husband when we're going back to Pennsylvania, he's like, "Stop asking me these questions." I'm thinking, I need to know for actual reason, like ordering things from Amazon and knowing they won't sit out now.
Right. So as you're driving into the drive-it in New Jersey, you going, when are we going back?
Yeah, because I wanted to. I secretly, I don't know. Every time I wake up from that air mattress, I imagine I'm going to buy a new mattress for us for the future and just throw out this one. And I feel like it's wasteful because it's not like broken, but it's so uncomfortable sleeping on that air mattress in a way. Because I'll be sound asleep and then he'll get into bed and he'll put his knees like into me. He's got like bony knees. And I'm like, ouch, like move them. And then Norton, for some reason, at 3:30 in the morning, came over to me, nudged me, and started crying. And he probably had to go out. And I was just like, "Why are you crying?" He doesn't answer. He doesn't speak English. So I just went back. By the time it was 4:30 in the morning, I was awake. I just said, "I'm getting out of bed anyway." So I hardly slept the night before last. By last night, I think I was dead asleep in the chair from probably 7 o'clock on. And then when I went to bed again, I wake up. And then I can't sleep. It's starting. That's how people become, what do they call it, non-24 when they don't like sleep at night. It's like 3 nights of disrupted sleep.
Mm-hmm. I fell asleep early because I took one of my muscle relaxers. The migraine was so bad. But then I kept waking up in the middle of the night.
When I get really bad migraines, I take Sudafed, Tylenol, and if I can take it, like an aspirin and some caffeine, and that makes it a little better, but not. Yeah. It doesn't always go away. It just it knocks it down to like I'm not gonna break my head off with it.
I take Nurtec for my headaches, and then I took an 800 ibuprofen. That didn't work. Then I had an ice pack. I did heat. I did ice. Had my eyes covered under a towel.
Caffeine.
Oh, I had caffeine. You know, I always have caffeine, but it just, I don't know. Today I feel like I'm in a fog. Just that aura. Like, I feel like it's going to come back, and I'm just bracing for it.
I feel like the sleep I got after I fell asleep was pretty good.
That's good.
When I wake up from that air mattress, just even getting off of it, it like feels like it squashes down, and I'm like, I'm getting muscle aches in places that I never knew I had muscle. Just from doing those deep squat things.
Yeah. Oh, look, after yesterday, I couldn't barely move, but it was probably from putting those. I got mad because my son was supposed to help me move, so instead I carried those heavy. I mean, you were there with me. Carried those heavy chairs. I mean, they're like bar stools, solid wood. Putting them in my car. They took them out, bring them to storage. Thank God Garrett bought the other 4.
It probably looks fine, Debbie. Don't worry about it. You know what I do when I feel like I'm having a bad hair day? I get a hat. And then how they have like those thick hair bands? I really need that. If we drive around with the windows open, there are these little hairs that are like right here, and they go into my eyeball. And if I tell you, it's maddening to have it. It's like it's right in my eyes.
I need to get my hair cut again. I feel like an old lady with a football helmet on her head.
Oh well, you don't look like an old lady with a
I feel like it's like a football head.
Put hair gel in and spike it up. See what happens.
You can't. It's too long.
Well, get a haircut then. How long why don't you have a running appointment? Like
I do. I don't know what it is. I didn't write it in my calendar, of course. I'll have to call her and see when it is.
Ask her if she can squeeze you in. Somebody might cancel.
She's hard to get an appointment with, but and usually she'll go, "Are you coming?" It's like, "Oh shit, was it today?" You know, I'll call her and see when it is.
I want to try a hair place out in Pennsylvania, thinking it might be like cheaper than New Jersey because the rents are cheaper. I tell you, like the supermarkets are empty. I don't know how they stay in business. When we come here to the supermarket, it's almost like you have to park. You pretty much can park here and like walk up. It's so far away from the opening of like the front of the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like how could they fit if everybody in this parking lot had 2 people in the car? It would be like a rock concert. I don't know.
Come on.
It's crazy.
Come on. Oh, well.
You want to start with your hair, like cut it off. If you're going to cut your hair, you got to do it in phases when you have really long hair because it's traumatic to go short. So you still have to have it like long but shorter. Long, you know. But
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
sometimes it feel. I used to have hair down to my butt, and then I cut it to like mid back, and then I got it to like shoulder length. But because it's too traumatic. Once I had the hair like mid back, and I got a haircut. It was like the length you have, and I cried a lot because I wasn't used to it, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Uh-huh.
So, what about your eyes? You need to have your eyes done. I'm getting cataracts. I'm scared about the future with the cataract eyes.
I got a visitor.
Hi, Bella. A lot of people
And
who
she
get
left.
the cataracts surgery enjoy their new vision. Like they feel like they only need readers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these glasses hide a lot of like old age stuff. When I take the glasses off, I feel like I have those like, things are happening that I don't like. Anyway,
I can't see crap with my glasses, so definitely
well,
nothing but
I, I mean, I see floaters. I see like,
oh, yeah.
I can see the fluid in my eyes when I'm looking at the sky. And if I
I
want
have my
to see you, I have
floaters
to do this.
are so big that I thought something like a bug ran across my desk when I realized what it was.
There's hummingbirds that are visiting the flowers around the house, and yeah, I sometimes I see something fly by and I go, oh, "There's a hummingbird." No, it was floating.
It's such lovely old
And
age.
from
What's that?
far away, I can see them. I can see them. There's a flowering tree bush kind of thing, and I see him visiting the flower. And he goes, "You can see a hummingbird from here." And I go, "Yeah." He doesn't know. I'm farsighted, like, and I have my glasses on. I can see it, but he thinks and I'm like, why can't you see it? You just got new glasses. It irks me that, I mean, like literally a month ago or 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like within the last 2 months, he got brand new glasses. He went to the eye doctor. How come he can't see that hummingbird? Anyway, apparently the red-throated ones. Brittany's here. Hi, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany.
The hummingbirds that are by me will supposedly the males leave at the end of September, and the females might stay to mid-October. I love those little birds.
She made a ponytail.
It's the best thing.
Stop.
The other day, I clipped it all up all over my head
Somebody come get her, please.
because those little pieces we were driving around the truck with the windows open, and I was like, I just got to clip it all up. But I had the clips. I feel like I need to have clips everywhere now.
Yeah, I need to go to Walmart and buy me one of those little soft headbands.
Now they have these ones called square headbands for big head people, so I feel like I need to try that. They fold up like sunglasses, and they have a little thing that holds the hair, but it's more comfortable supposedly than the round ones.
Well, I like the ones without the teeth.
Oh, okay.
I have to have very soft ones. Like
I need to get wide.
But because of my trigeminal neuralgia, I can't take the crap.
Anything touching my head is very annoying, including my glasses. Sometimes I watch TV at night and I just kind of hold them.
But then you got the wrong strength on the wrong eye.
But I can still kind of see. And then I'm like holding them. Oh, my eyes.
How long is your hair, Debbie? Like T-butt?
Eyes. Your hair's too heavy? Get a trim. Say, can you take over half a pound?
Right.
It'd be like some people say, 4 inches. I don't know.
Yeah. My hair hasn't been long since I was in like the 6th grade, I think.
Past your bum. Oh, I trim it.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't want to sit on my hair. So I'd say, like, can you go up to like mid butt or something?
Your lower back.
Yeah, just like, lower back. Do lower back. And she's like,
hell, growing it, Debbie.
Probably for almost her whole life, I'd say.
They had a lady on YouTube, and her hair is longer than she is tall.
Well, it's beyond inconvenient, I'd say. I mean, you don't want you're like having a train of hair behind you flopping on the
Well,
floor.
I mean, she puts it up, but
Well, what's the point of having it if you put it up?
I don't know.
I mean, get that thing trimmed. She probably has split ends at the end.
Nope, she trims it. That's the only trim she does.
Okay.
2 years ago, a lady cut it to her waistband.
Really? And in 2 years you got it past your butt? That's pretty that's pretty long. That's impressive. I try to grow my hair long.
As long as it's not a hairy ass.
I keep trimming my ends when I feel like where I go clip gone.
Well, I don't have that problem because I always cut mine, but I don't give it a chance.
It's very tempting to want to do that short haircut, or it was this summer. I felt very hot this summer.
Well, I've had it where it was kind of like here, all one length almost. I just didn't like it.
I told you, like, I've been so hot this summer. It's probably because I gained some weight, but like I feel like I'm head sweating, and I kind of go by, okay, it's an inch. Oh, it's 2 inches. Now it's half of my hair.
All right, y'all too.
When it
Inquiring
gets-
minds want to know. She says, "You've seen my ass, Greg," and he says, "I have."
What do you mean?
Elaborate on that, please.
What's going on? Did you two have a thing? A thing?
Oh, shit.
Is little Debbie into running around naked at Amina?
Let's see. They were both at Nana Tink's.
What went on in Anna Tanks? Did you go?
I don't know.
Did they
Now
have
we start rumors. Stop it.
a naked hot tub? What were you doing? I'm curious.
He says live in person. I have.
Oh, you mean with pants, or you mean like no pants? I want to know. She was naked.
naked?
Wow. It didn't make. Well, go for
She was
you.
naked.
Debbie's. She's a naked. Yeah. What was going on in Anna T's?
I know, right?
Did you have like a pineapple thing? I don't know. Did she have upside down pineapples on her lawn?
She goes, "Oh man." I had a friend. He would say, if you were naked, you just didn't have clothes on. But if you were naked, you were doing something you wasn't supposed to.
That's funny. I just think naked sounds. Well, it does sound a little more, but I want to say some stuff that I can't say. I'm never naked. I am always, well, sometimes I'm out of a shower naked, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't just strut around naked and
Right.
not there. But even in my underwear, I don't feel comfortable walking around. I'm just so not like into that whole thing. I never was.
Y'all two are a mess.
My husband was yelling at me, look at something out the window. And I said, I don't have any clothes on. And he goes, I don't think it'll matter. And I'm thinking it matters to me.
But nobody could see you way up there.
He said, he goes, even if they could see you, you're like, look like a dot. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it to be like.
Right, Scarlett? She says, no OnlyFans for Suzy then.
No, well, not for my body. Maybe my feet. I don't know. Somebody wants to see grandma feet. Well, like I said, maybe if someone has a thing for hairy socks, let me know. I could make a mint on my hairy sock. I'd love that. I remember once posting a picture of my pedicure, and some people would DM me like, "Can you show me the bottom of your foot?" I didn't know I could make money on that.
Well, girl, just get yourself a nice pedicure and go online.
Well, do it.
Debbie, somehow that doesn't surprise me, Debbie.
Just do it, and then, like,
totally
try to make as much money as you can while you can, and then like
my sister has really nice feet.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, you should do OnlyFans feet, and you can make money.
For a man, my husband has nice feet, and I mean, honestly, they look pretty good. I mean, if he would just like moisturize and make sure everything was just right.
Right.
I mean, he's not taking care of them.
A fart in a jar. Yeah, they said they make money on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I heard that the well
I
that's by
agree.
the well that's by my blueberry bushes supposedly has a very high sulfur content, and it smells like farty. And I'm like,
Oh,
fantastic, isn't it?
yeah. Hmm.
I haven't smelled it. So my husband turned on the water to see what would happen. He goes,
Debbie says I like freaks.
"You like freaks?" Anyway, I mean, any kind of freak. That's that's really.
Uh oh.
Oh, I was.
You left that time.
I wasn't really freaky, but and
Especially
some
freaks that
people,
are loaded. She said, "Yep,
anything that was kind of, anything that was
yeah,
kind
those are the
of
best kind."
that chip man. Bye. I'm so vanilla now. I don't know what you consider vanilla is some people's like real freak. So I don't know. How do I know? Like I only know what goes on in my house, and
Okay.
I don't know what other people. Anyway, look, if two consulting adults want to stand on their head and lick each other's like noses, I don't care. You do what you want to do, but it's not me. As long as you're an adult and you're consenting, that's fine with me. Do what you want to do. Don't hurt other people. I really think that some practices are like not healthy, but I don't think it's healthy. But some people want to do unhealthy things, they can do it. That's yeah. You're a vanilla freak.
Wait, Debbie goes, wait, did you just say stand on each other's head?
I don't know. I said
Oh my
I didn't
god.
mean like foot. Oh my god. I didn't mean like with high heels. Some guy asked me, he goes, "Would you wear like when I was single?" I got asked the most bizarre questions. Oh my goodness! This guy was like, "I really like high heels," and I go, "Well, I don't like high heels." So he goes, "But how about just in bed? You don't have to walk around." And I go, "What's the point of that?" He's like, "Oh, there's a point." And he goes, "He wanted me to."
Correct. Make mine a 99.
I'm like, you want me to stand on your head with my high heels? That sounds. I don't want to hurt you. I think this guy wanted to be hurt. I'm like,
That's a whole different show, guys.
it is. Oh, I could do a whole show on like all the weirdos I met when I was single, or like what they wanted me to do. I can't even explain some of the stuff they wanted me to do. I could explain that there was a guy. He was on the singles websites looking for his girlfriend number 3, and I'm like, what does girlfriend number 1 and 2 think about this? It's like, how much sexual energy do you have that you could please 3 people? I don't see it. It just doesn't seem possible.
I'm not going to go there.
This guy was like really into archery, and he was really into polygamy. And I'm like,
Well, there you go.
I
Maybe he wanted a nice big family.
I'm like, but I don't want to do art. I was a little freaked out. I don't want to be around someone who's good with a bow and an arrow. He might make us run and try to kill us. Well, forget about it. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's right.
Guys are
Right.
built different. Some are and some aren't. But wow, that
Precious, stop.
I used to ask like probing questions when I was single, like, things I wouldn't want to do, but I wanted to see if they wanted to do it. So I would say, what do you think about bringing someone into the bedroom, just to see if they'd say, "Ooh, I love it." So I could say, "Yeah, I don't want to date you anymore." And and I know my husband's answer was the best answer. Dawn, he
I
said
was reading what Debbie wrote.
he said if he goes, if I'm in bed and I have to try to please 2 people, he goes, 3 people are going home disappointed. So I just knew. I said, that's a really good answer. Oh, the drugs.
Yeah.
Wow. Look, I don't know. That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know how we got on this subject, but
I was talking about two consenting adults could do whatever they want.
mm,
They're alone and not exposing themselves to other people. But I said, I do think some practices are unhealthy. And I'm talking about from like a biological point of view, not necessarily psychological. I'm talking about there are places that I think you can avoid when you're fooling around. In my opinion, that's all I'm going to say.
all right.
Unhealthy to put. Yeah, don't be.
She just got a thought, y'all.
Oh man, yeah.
Can you tell?
Yeah, fecal matters. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. I heard of some weirdo, like, how, I'm not even going to say the countries, not up the butt, but like people who do things with their mouths. And yeah, that. Yeah, no salad tossings. If you,
Mm-hmm.
it's dirty. It's not just sexually dirty. I think that, God put the playground next to the sewage treatment plant. It's not good planning. That's all I'm going to say. It's true. I'll watch the numbers go down. It's like, what the hell is she talking about? Tossing the salad. No tossed salads. Yeah, I know I'm blushing.
Debbie says, yeah, not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, yeah. I don't think there's any amount of like showering that can make that work and not run the risk of getting sick. Just my thoughts. You can do what you want. You want to do it? You better have good. You better have good medical. Yeah.
Oh man, look! I pulled my bottle out from my migraine pill and it's empty.
I have that. Is it called sumatriptan? The last time I took it, I felt so strange after taking it.
No, this
and
is
I
not.
had to take two.
I mean, I have another bottle somewhere else. Oh, here's some.
Anyway, still at 11. It says they must have walked away. See no evil, hit no evil. Well, you remember. You said I say anything I want to say. I don't really say anything I want to say.
Hang on. My purse just dumped on the floor.
Anyway. You're still looking for your migraine meds?
Yeah.
It's a good thing you see doctors a lot. I don't even have a doctor out there or health insurance yet. We're going to have to
put them in these stupid little things. And then you got to tear them. And then you got to try to open them after you tear them.
See, I wanted to get my health insurance set up for September 1st. And I don't know if they do 15s on health insurance. Does anybody know if you can sign up for health insurance to kick in on the 15th of the month? Or is it always on the 1st?
Oh, I don't know.
No. But I don't know if I have to call and ask. I have health insurance in New Jersey. I don't have it in Pennsylvania. But, we're kind of back and forth. So I don't know where, I don't know if I should, I'm going to apply for this year for a couple of months just to make sure that, like, if I end up, sadly, if I end up, like, with something that would require a hospitalization, I wouldn't have to lose my farm. Oh, you did just change companies? All right. Yeah. So maybe, considering the 1st is in a couple days, or is it like in I'm going to have to probably plan on
Sunday is the 1st.
October 1st at this point. But I probably can handle that. That gives me some time to think. I already found if I can get onto the marketplace insurance there's one that doesn't have a deductible, and I'm praying I can get that one. And I'm just gonna get that one. I don't even know what doctors are. I don't know any doctors anyway, so I figure it's gonna be hard. Okay. Well, we'll pray for you. I hope. I hope everybody has health insurance, and I hope.
Yeah.
I hope that people take into consideration that.
Hmm. When I turned 60, they gave me the option to switch over to retirement. So I did it. It was the same money. So that way I didn't have to deal with the yearly review and all that crap.
I hope that next year they still have workplace insurance. That's all I'm gonna say, because I know that the plans are to nix it, and I really, really need that because I cannot afford $1,400 a month for health insurance.
Hmm.
That is my entire income going for that. I will have no money for anything else, and that's it's not going to be easy to just. I'm going to have to be eating like dandelion.
You better ask those little Amish women to show you how to make foods, how to survive on the land.
Really, all I have is I have 20 zucchinis, and I'm going to be really bored of eating. I won't be able to pay for the electricity to keep them in the freezer. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn how to can. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn how to run on firewood, and I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want
I
to.
told Garrett we better make a garden so we feed ourselves.
Really, there's a lot of supplemental stuff you can grow. I feel. I mean, because honestly, if you get a 6-pack of zucchini plants, you can have zucchinis way more than are comfortably consumed because they just keep going. I thought that when we had the first 6, that was a lot. And then the next week there was another 5, and then there was another 4. And Tony's he came in one the size of a baseball bat, and he said, "How did we miss this one?" I'm like, I don't even know. That's humongous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could knock someone out with that zucchini. It's heavy. If you're paying per pound, it would cost a steak. That's steak money.
Right?
So, it was so heavy.
Farmer Suzy video in progress.
Oh
right?
my God. I went out the other day. You said I went to the farmer's market. You said, what about your own farm? I'm like, I already picked the string beans and the zucchini.
I was like, damn.
I wish
Farmer
you
Suzy.
planted other things. Because I like yellow squash, and I love butternut squash, and we don't have anything like that. Only farmers. Is there?
I bet there's one of those.
Oh boy. I'm sure there actually is a farmer dating app. I
Yeah.
know. I mean, I know that there is.
FarmersOnly.com.
But is it called Farmers Only?
Yeah.
All right, because I know that one of my extended family, I'm not going to name any names, she was dating a guy who was going to college for agriculture, and she couldn't believe that his dream in life was to be a farmer. And I'm like, well, why is that so surprising? And so I think she broke up with him because the thoughts of having to live in the Midwest or something was too foreign for her. But I mean, I think that she didn't become a doctor, but at that time she wanted to be a doctor. And I thought that would be nice. You'd be the small town doctor and he'd be the farmer. I bet you they would have done that. Well.
Right, Green Acres.
Oh, I'm so worried. I'm going to talk to these Amish people and I'm going to say stuff that's going to be really my normal language would make them blush. I feel I'm just all my P's and Q's. I don't even know what to say because they don't have internet and they don't have electricity. I don't know anything about it. I would love to go though into one of their houses and see how they do the canning and stuff. I would love. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll happen.
Maybe they might have canning lessons.
The farmer who lives next to me, his name is Ezra, and he said, "Oh, I bet at some point my wife will come by with some baked goods." And I'm like, "Well, that sounds nice."
Then you have to fix some coffee for her. Greg says, "Get yourself a little Arnold."
1 gallon? or how many gallons. Oh, I'm gonna have to join Sam's Club.
Hey, hang on one second.
They made the minimum for free shipping. If you get the plus membership, you have to do 50 at a time. But you know, these days $50 isn't really that hard to get to. 27. Oh, 27 gallon. That's big. I think that's big. That's like twice a kitchen garbage can. Yeah, 1 gallon's really small. She's having a long conversation. She looks sad though. She looks sad.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Did you get bad news?
No, that was Marie asking a question.
Oh, I was gonna say you look sad.
I have a headache. What did I miss?
Brittany said that at Sam's Club, in her Sam's Club they had 27-gallon totes for $7.98, which is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
The heavy duty.
Oh, cool. I probably need some of those. It's time to pack up my pots. You know, I have this thing with my pots. I can't get rid of them.
I found like a stash of Pyrex bowls, and I had more than. And I'm like, how many do you need? But anyway, I don't have enough counter space.
Plenty. You need plenty. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
But you know, you also need counter space. If I'm cooking, I don't know, man. This house was really designed for 1 or 2 people. Like, you know, not someone who loves to bake or like do a whole lot of cooking. Because there's first of all, the stovetop being with the coily things, it gets dirty every day, and I have to pull out. Now that you told me I can yank out those coils, I yank them out. I try, and the brown stuff doesn't come off of the thing that's under. I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I like my gas stove.
Don't they have those little covers so you could put stuff? I love my plain. If I liked cooking with gas, but I have that like solid surface electric, and I like that a whole lot more.
I don't know if I could cook on that. My pots are so big and heavy.
Well, you just have to be careful placing them down. But honestly, the ones with the coils, it's no picnic. And that solid surface, if you're baking, it's helpful because it becomes more counter space.
Mm-hmm.
And right now,
I couldn't have an electric oven because baked goods come out so much different between a electric and a gas.
I've been using it. I made tater tots, and they came out nice and brown in there, but it takes so long to heat up the oven that, like, I have a mini short oven, and it gets to temperature almost like within a couple minutes, and like this one.
Bye, Glenn.
Bye, Glenn. I have to like plan on cooking about 15 minutes before I plan on cooking, if you know what I mean, just to turn the oven. Well, seems like a lot to wait.
I told Thomas him and I need to pack the pots. Like, I'm gonna leave like a big one, a small one, and one that I fry stuff in, and then the rest is gonna have to go, and we're gonna make do with what we got, because when that guy says he's coming, everything's gonna be out that day, that afternoon. So it's gonna be bare necessities in here. I mean, my cabinets right now, the where I have my plates are full of paper plates, and where I have my cups are full of paper cups, solo cups and stuff.
We're at the point where I have a whole lot more food in Pennsylvania than I do here, and I was like, I cooked something the other day. I was just clearing the cupboards, and you said to me, "You're making," and you were saying like, "How are you cooking with that?" I had no pasta sauce, so I was like squeezing my I had a tube of tomato paste and a can of diced tomatoes, and I was making a red sauce out of that, and it worked. The food tasted good. If you add enough cream, butter, cheese to anything, it kind of tastes good.
Yeah, right.
But I still need like a pasta sauce just in case, like so you
Mm-hmm.
can make whatever pasta you have in the cupboard and you put sauce on it. And then if you have like cheese to put on top, you could live. Look, you
Yeah.
could live on it without the cheese too. You could look. My mom lived on spaghetti with ketchup, so if you can live on that, oh man,
My friend's daughter used to eat rice with picante sauce. So
really. I made meatballs, frozen meatballs one day, and my friend said, "So what kind of sauce you put on the meatball?" I said, "Ketchup sauce." I said, and he was like, "What's ketchup sauce?" I go, "I put a little ketchup on them. That's all I had."
right. Yeah, I don't buy pre-made sauce. Like, I mean, you buy like tomato sauce in a can, but then I cook my own.
Okay, I know, like if you're okay, Southern Italian, Northern Italian, Sicilian, they all make sauce different. Americans make it really different. But yeah, you know, a real Italian will just say, you take your tomato sauce, you saute up a little, like a couple of like a slice of onion, some garlic, and then you put tomato paste and tomato sauce, and it becomes a sauce. You know. Anyway, I've been following this woman who's a terrific Italian cook, according to her husband, and her food looks good. I think it's called Pasta Grammar. If you could check them out, this guy hit the lottery for wives because she loves to cook from scratch, and she's a good cook. And they run, actually, their YouTube was so successful that they do these like cooking tours of her town, and for 2 weeks every year, and people are repeat customers too. Like you can go and like go to that small town and do cooking things. And I mean, I still wish I had a whole stomach and a cast iron stomach to boot. Like I would love to do that. You sold the fridge at a yard sale for $75, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do because I have two fridges in this house. My kitchen was made that way with all the kids.
I need
And
a second one.
how are we gonna live with one
Oh,
refrigerator?
gee, I would have liked a $75 fridge. My, for a while the fridge in the new place seemed like it was on the fritz, and I don't like the stove. I want a new one, but I was thinking like maybe we could put it in the basement, and if I ever do like canning, or if I'm cooking for extra people, we could put like a table. And oh, I'd like to ditch the whole kitchen and have it redesigned. I think like a bit longer peninsula that's like kind of wide would be like a lot better than just that tiny
Mhm.
island in there.
Yeah, I have a huge island here. Like it's like 8 by 4 or 4 by 8, whatever.
Well, you need that for like cooking for, let's face it, you're cooking for like almost like a troop of people every day.
Right.
A
And
lot.
now I don't know what I'm gonna have in the new house. I don't even know the plans. All I
Because
know is what I dug up on the internet.
all I know is if I had 6 mouths to feed, I'd be, or even eight. I don't know. I would be cooking. I would be doubling up for sure.
We used to make a lot of long gravies, as my mama would say.
When you talk about the long gravy, I tried to explain Tony like the long gravy thing, and he said, "Why are you even telling me this?" And I said, "He goes, I'm not gonna make that." I'm like, it's just a
Well,
story.
like spaghetti is a long gravy,
Oh,
or
really? I thought
stews.
long gravy was like with the beans, so that you could.
It's something that you can eat on more than one day, and
Right.
it goes far. It
Was it
stretches far.
Monday laundry day, and you did your beans on laundry
Yeah,
day?
most people did beans because it you cook them slow, low and slow all day, so you had
So
time to do your laundry and all that stuff.
right.
I
So
don't
I
do
was
beans.
just, when I see like all the Amish lines with the like thousands of pieces of clothes.
Wait, look, I have a clothesline in my yard, and it's got the two big old fashioned tea. Um,
Yeah, well, that's par for the course in pen.
well, I
Anyway,
told my husband, I said, when they tear down the house, they better remove my poles very gently and put them on the side because I'm putting them back up. Because when there's a hurricane and you can't dry your clothes,
yeah, you need that.
like we'll recharge the refrigerators at night with a generator and we'll wash clothes, but we won't dry them because it takes too much. So we'll wash a batch of clothes.
We were thinking about getting a generator, but we have like those huge propane tanks outside. But what I heard was if you run that generator and you'd be using like $400 worth of propane for just a few hours of generator time. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of scary
Yeah.
thinking about the price of just,
I think all the Generacs here, they run them on natural gas.
well, it would be great. I I think that I think I'm like 10 miles from natural gas. I'm not laying the line. I inquired about natural gas at the other house, and they said we would ask for you to chip in the upfront costs of the piping. And I'm like, so they want me to lay $100,000 out to get the gas in
Right.
the house? Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
And he said perhaps your neighbors will help with the cost. And I'm like, I don't even want to help with the cost. I mean, honestly, like I'm not spending, it's bad enough to pay the bills, much less like having they're giving me the product. They should lay
Right.
The,
Yeah.
no, we're, we, I think what we definitely should have though is a grill that has a propane tank. So just in case we can cook outside
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
not
that's
on wood.
good. A lot of our neighbors can't cook because they got electricity, electric stoves.
Yeah.
So we cook, and I can still cook inside. You might have lights and stuff. So we would cook early so it doesn't get too hot, and then or we'd go out on the grill.
We need a grill, probably. At the very least, we'll need a grill just because of the way the house is. We probably could use a big cooler or something, just cause.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, you have to make accommodations, but
yeah. We don't have a gas grill. It's just a regular charcoal. But
I used to have. I mean, I have a charcoal, like one of the round rubber tubs. Like there's some in on our property. There's up the platform that has the chairs overlooking the view. There's a fire pit, and I imagine you could you could cook a wiener on a stick. I don't know,
there you go.
but it's not the same as having your coffee. Like boiling
Yeah.
water. Anyway, I know that when we had Hurricane Sandy and we were out of like, we had no electricity for about 10 days and we had no internet for like a month. Ah, it was like we cooked on that outside thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were the meat was defrosting and we made pasta one night and we cooked our meat out there.
Oh yeah, we feed everybody in the neighborhoods cooking out because they cooking the food that they can't refreeze or whatever, before it goes bad. We even fed the linemen.
Well, why not? Anybody who's around, you'd be like,
Wait, John goes, I told the linemen we'd feed them, and I said, you told them you would feed them? Yeah, where was John to be found to cook? No, so I had to cook a big old pot of spaghetti and meatballs, plate it up, bring it to them.
wonderful.
Look, those men were like saviors.
Okay, now this is another issue. We have well water. So if we don't have electricity, guess what? The water isn't going to come out for us. So, not being able to wash anything.
So you better get a generator.
Well. Who? I mean, like, yeah. Oh, no. The first two times, like, we left Pennsylvania, when we came back, the clock on the oven was blinking. So we knew there was a power disruption. You don't know how long.
Right. So y'all don't have any city water at all?
No. We got nothing from us. We don't live in the city. We live like 3 mountains away from a city.
3 mountains. 3 mountains away from
No, I don't know what Tony was saying. He goes, I like it here. He goes, but I don't like the idea of walking 3 miles like over a hilly countryside to get to anything. And even if we got to it, it's it's not like there's a lot going on where we get to. Our town is like a gas station, a Dollar General,
right,
and an Arby's and There's a Dairy Queen. I'm kind of surprised. I think there's a pizzeria we never tried. We should try.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what their hunks of pizza. What did she call it? Cuts. Pizza
A
cuts.
cut of pizza.
A cut of pizza. Slice. It's like
My son uses the air fryer for everything. Oops.
we don't have room for appliances in that house. I mean, we have a toaster. It take a toaster and I don't know. There's a microwave that they push like into the corner of my
Mm-hmm.
counters. It's like takes up a lot of counter space. I don't want it there.
Mm-hmm.
I want it. I like what I have now. I have a cupboard. I have an exhaust fan, and I have my microwave over the stove. And the only we can get a short one, and then Tony's like, "But it's not big." I'm like, "What are we microwaving for Pete's sake? We're not like." I need to be able to put one of those quart size Pyrexes type thing in it, and that's it. I mean, I don't need tall.
Yeah.
Not
We,
you don't.
yeah. We had bought one that's like the oven that you open. It's made my son a lot more independent because he can fix his own things.
I never ever used one of those things. Back in the day I had a toaster oven. That was pretty handy, but yeah, not an air fryer. I want an air fryer that's all stainless on the inside. I don't know if they make them. I think
That has what?
Stainless steel on the inside.
Oh.
I don't want to cook on like anything with Teflon coatings anymore. If I can help it. That's just me. I like my cast iron and I like stainless
But
steel.
you're gonna put your own pan in there.
Well, I can cook currently, but I thought like the air fryers, like the baskets, they're made with nonstick coating, and I don't want no. What is it made of?
It's just metal, stainless steel, I guess.
Well, if it is stainless steel, I read that.
I don't have mine. Don't have baskets. It has racks like an oven.
Okay, well those are okay. That's what I'd like.
Yeah,
it's metal stainless racks. That's fine. I know that one of the ones I was looking at they said non-stick coating in the basket. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, those baskets. But now they make those liners. You can either do the silicone or the paper baskets. It looks like a big old giant muffin cup.
Yeah, I've been reading too many. I've been seeing too many YouTubes on the hazards of the way we cook and all that stuff. And he goes, my husband's like, "Why are you worried?" He goes, you already have so many forever plastics in your body. It's not like not having them anymore is going to make a difference. And I said, well, I don't want to on purpose have cancer causing agents like introduced to my. He goes, living causes cancer. You can't help it. I'm like,
That's it.
I don't. I still feel like I could try. I mean, like if you know that Roundup gives cancer, are you really going to sit and like use it without gloves and masks and stuff? I mean, like,
right.
I think you're taking an unnecessary risk kind of thing. Yeah, I would need the one that looks like an oven.
Yeah, that's the kind we have.
For my disturbed head that's concerned about, my mom used to cook on Teflon until it was practically peeling into the food. I know that I'm doomed, but
I still probably got something like that. I don't know.
I mean, like, but her mom and the mom's mom who didn't use that stuff, they lived to 90. She used it and lived to 70 something. So I think that, the conveniences of daily life, like, kind of mess with her. What could I do? I mean, like, my dad had some kind of weird, rare cancer. He had 2 kinds of cancer.
Well, I use mine. Like my son, he's more independent. Like I'll get like the chicken patties, or he'll cook a piece of chicken in it for him, other than him having to go to the stove and all that stuff.
I could see how it's fantastic for you, and like for him to have the confidence to know he could do it is good too.
Right. Because before it was like, can you cook this for me? Can you cook this for me? And we got that, and he started doing it. Like he'll come back and say, "What to you? What does this mean, or how to put it?" And So
But
it's
it,
definitely has made him more independent.
I think it's good. I mean, microwaves. Some people are scared of those. I'm not really scared of them, but like, yeah. I mean, yeah. All those heated. My brother was inept, like when he first moved out, and I said, "I'm gonna come to your house and teach you at least like the easiest things to do. Like I'll teach you how to make eggs. I'll teach you how to make pasta. I'll teach you how to reheat soup." I don't know. He seemed to have like no idea. He ate takeout every night. And I said, you have to learn how to do something for yourself.
Right.
So I did that. I kind of showed him. And I think he ended up getting married as soon as he could find somebody to marry. I think it was to feed him. But,
You'll never admit to that.
well, I mean, I think it was part of the like appeal. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you could cook? That's
Right, right.
It was probably like, okay,
I
hubba
really like
hubba,
your.
you can cook. I'm happy. Uh,
That's too funny.
I was dating this guy once, and I ruined like I put a seasoning in some food that he didn't appreciate, and he said I didn't know we were having Indian food for breakfast. And I said, and then from then on, he cooked everything, and I was like, that was the best mistake I ever made. Anyway,
He
all
didn't
because I
like.
put cumin in the eggs. I lived with a vegetarian. She put cumin in everything. So, right, YouTube is fantastic. This was in the days of like, I mean, if he's like mid 60s and he moved out when he was in his early 20s, there was no YouTube. I don't even know if there was
Right,
at that
right.
point.
I know Sean will send me recipes all the time, and it always has to do with like Asian food. Mom, did you get my video? Did you get my video? I'm like, yes,
I
Sean.
love Asian food. Actually, we ate in a Japanese restaurant in town this week last week, and I enjoyed it. It was
Wait, is that the Japanese restaurant with the
that
Chinese?
serves Chinese food. We ate there. I had Japanese. It was okay. It was good. I mean, it was fine. I want to try the Chinese now in that Japanese restaurant. We think that they really are Japanese, but I think that in a small
Well, if
town,
that was the only one, I guess they had to serve both.
they do probably everything in that town. Every place we go to is pretty empty. I could
Hmm.
see why you need to expand your horizons.
Right.
Oh man, gee, you're not kidding. Even with like fixing just simple things that you could try to before you take a car into a mechanic. Like YouTube is
Hmm.
kind of help. Good.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, and even yeah, it's good. It's fantastic. Anyway, I have to go soon. I'm just letting you
I
know.
do too. I gotta go start packing some more stuff. I got a whole bunch of stack of boxes that need to be filled.
I do too.
I
It's
don't want to
so hot in my basement. I don't want to be there.
put a fan in there.
I'm gonna have to. There is a fan. I don't know if that. I'm thinking it's like it's full of like right now. It's probably like mildewy and moldy. I don't want to like blow that stuff around, but I kind of have no choice. I can open the windows on the side, but it's hot.
I know.
It was hot yesterday. I mean, it
I
was
hear the thunder rolling in here. Waiting
like
for
in the
storms all
90s.
day.
It's too hot. Come on. It's like
Yeah.
I remember like back in the day. I remember like being a kid and never like head sweating and being this hot. We would go into the ocean when all the adults would be standing in the back. I mean, we would stay in that water till our teeth were chattering.
Hmm.
We're probably turning blue. It was so cold. It didn't. Jane was saying it's because like when you're young, like your feet have more fat on
Right.
it. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how these kids walk on this asphalt.
But the same
And
as an
it's
adult, it feels
horrible.
so hot. Yeah, I feel bad.
I don't know what it's going to be here. It's not as hot here today because of the rain. We're 87 now. Got 76 humidity, but it's supposed to storm all afternoon. I hear it rumbling out there. So I might be able to get something in the car into storage before it starts storming.
Well, as soon as I said that, the numbers start dropping.
I know. I know.
It's so weird. Oh, don't go to the bathroom now. I was gonna end and dart in there because I had to drink 2 cups of coffee.
Ah. Well, you better dart. Push them out. Push them out.
Yeah, I like having 2 bathrooms. I'll tell you, that's the best part. That's the best part. Here he is.
You want the rain, Debbie? I wish. We got a lot of tropical moisture coming up from the Gulf right now.
Come on, Norton. Come on, Norton. Come here. Come. Good boy. Come on, boy. Come on, baby. Come here. Come see me. Yeah. Here he goes. No, no, no.
He's like, I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
He's like, why are you squeezing my head? My baby. Here's my big baby. I love him. Ah, he's so funny. He was sleeping last night. He had his big chewy bone on a pillow. Then his head is over that, but he's on the pillow. And then he's completely on his back. And then his feet are pressed up against him. It's so funny. And he's all twisted in each.
Oh, that's true, Debbie.
He looks
The
broken.
rain keeps him from having a water.
Yeah, that's true.
Although here, when it rains, the grass grows so fast.
Some of our grass is really tall. Like, okay, we should have mowed yesterday. Like, there was never a time when our lawn dried out enough that we felt like we wouldn't get stuck in the mud.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, Debbie.
Yeah, that's a lot. It takes us over 3 hours to mow our lawn.
Except when Tony's going on turbocharge.
It's not happening again. Oh,
yeah, Suzy was on that lawnmower. Just want y'all to know.
I'm going to tell you. Shh. And anyway, it made me feel so sore the next day from all that bouncing. Like, I feel like I need to put on like a back brace, a neck brace. And forget, I need like one of those. I need a hat with a brim and a net so that all the
bugs.
Well, the last week there were so many gnats. The weeks before there weren't. I'm like, is there a gnat season that I just don't know about? It was horrible. I mean, they were really bugging me. The bugs were bugging me, but the 2 weeks prior, no bugs like that. Or maybe they're like trying to mate before like the winter comes.
I don't know.
Oh, it's horrible. Well, for some reason, the gnats found my property, and they were out. I would love to. I can't. I would love to though, like spray for bugs, but you can't.
You would love to what?
Yeah, like try to get rid of them with a spray. You know, like just like, and then I would love to be able to sit out and not go.
I know.
They're like swarm.
Y'all don't have a screen porch, huh?
We have a room that is just windows and like screens, but it's hot there. I don't know. It's unpleasant. We have a little deck and it has like a canopy, but the canopy is permeable. Like, so it's not 100% like shady, but it's better than nothing. And then the birds apparently sit on it when we're not around and poop all over the front, which is fun.
Yeah.
And I see like wasps and hornets trying to get into my house. So I think that's another fun thing I don't want to deal with.
Debbie wants to know if they were gnats or termites.
Oh, they were gnats, but we did actually, at one point, we saw some termites like down the field. Tony wanted to like spray. But I heard that if you spray them, they'll just swarm into like another wooden thing and eat it.
Oh.
I'm rolling my eyes. We're doomed. It's like you can't get away from them. They were teeny tiny, like gnatty things. But I did actually go down and look at the termites to see. And then the night I took the picture where the sky looked pink, I saw there was a bat flying around over my head.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, oh, that's good. Eat all those things. Go home and get some friends to come help you. I only saw one bat. It has to be, when you see one bat, there's got to be more than one, right? There was a funny story. Tony said his brother was in the old house and he was up in the top floor and a bat flew in. And so then he opened the window to try to shoo the bat out of the house, and then two more bats flew in. She didn't hear the funny part.
I was reading what Debbie wrote. I'm sorry. Tell me again.
I said he opened the window because the bat got in and he was trying to shoo the bat out. And as he's chasing the bat around, two more bats flew in.
Oh, no.
So then he had three bats to deal with.
We used to swim in my friend's backyard in her pool, and the bats would just dip down, like right over your head. It was very,
yes,
weird.
Tony's first cousin he was like the state bat expert. So if you ever saw an article in the newspaper about bats, his cousin wrote it. And I met him at a funeral, and when he said something, I go, so that was the bad guy? That was the bad man? He's the bad man. Yeah. He says, I'm retired now. I'm like, okay. But there's a lot of articles. If you see a VALENT, bat expert, Tony's first cousin.
Cool.
Anyway, gotta go. I gotta go.
All right, honey. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to the 6 of you who remain. We appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Have a good week and a good day. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye.